Welcome. It's your host from the Well Wired podcast. OGs will know what I'm talking about, but anyway, yeah, if you're new here, subscribe. And if you got anything you want to talk about, leave it down in the comments, all right? So let me know, all right? Let's get straight to the video topic. Today, I wanted to talk about a particular expectation that a lot of people have when they're on self-improvement, okay? And why is it important and why should you care about this expectation whatsoever, right? It's because expectations kind of mold the way we see reality. And if we expect certain things, we end up becoming very, very disappointed, right? And we end up deluding ourselves in many, many ways, right? And that stops us from being at peace, and that stops us from letting go of things we can't like control and things of that nature. So, what is that particular expectation I'm talking about? It's like this, right? There's this misconception that I don't think it's addressed enough within the self improvement space, whatever you want to call it, right? Self help, whatever. It's that sometimes, bro, it doesn't matter how hard you try. There will be certain groups of people that do not want to associate themselves with you. And you can't worry about the reason as to why. They just won't want to. Because if you force some sort of friendship, relationship, doesn't matter. They still just don't want to be in that situation. And I think this applies across multiple things. So like friendships, family, romantic relationships. It even says that in the way of the superior man. Choose the woman that chooses you, right? So I want to explain that concept, but in a broader sort of way. So let me hit you with a bit of an analogy, okay? So I'm going to ask you a question here. Get ready, okay? What is a fruit that you do not like? Okay, answer the question. I'm talking to you. What is a fruit that you don't like? Answer that, okay? And don't tell me, oh, Shay, I like them all, bro. Just be honest. Give me a fruit that you don't like. If you don't like a certain, like if you like all the fruits, fine. Give me a vegetable. I don't care, okay? Give me a vegetable. Okay. Now, okay. Now, I want you to envision something. You don't like this fruit, you don't like this vegetable, right? Now, this fruit or this vegetable, right? What if I was to tell you, what if someone was to give you a version of it that was a little bit more nutritious, that might have been a little bit healthier for you if you eat it? It even looks better. But if I told you that that fruit is, or that vegetable is still that fruit, or is still that vegetable, right? You still wouldn't eat it, would you? Because you don't like the fruit or vegetable. You don't like it, right? And let me distinguish that from hatred or any sort of malice or anything like that. You're not actively going out of your way, oh, I hate this food, I hate this vegetable. It's not about that. You don't actively hate something. That's like hating something is like being on the actively offense of it. You might word it that way in your vocabulary, but really it's like a dislike. You don't care for it. It's just kind of like on the side. You'd prefer other fruits more so or other vegetables. Okay? So, right. Sorry, lost my train of thought. So, you don't like this particular fruit or vegetable, even if it's at its best. So, just like that, now envision yourself as being as that fruit or vegetable. Okay? Even if you get better, even if you improve, there will be some people that still don't like you and still don't want to associate with you. And that's okay because, again, I mentioned it doesn't necessarily mean they have some sort of hatred or malice towards you. They just might not. They just might not mess with you like that, bro. And that's all it is. Right? You could be the most delicious, most ripe version of that fruit or vegetable, and there's still people that won't eat you. And this is why people say it's your fault when you're associating with these kinds of people. Where you say, well, they're not giving me the energy, they're not giving me the time, bro. Like they haven't even tried. It's like, no, you're putting in so much time and effort into these people, right? That don't even care to associate themselves with you to begin with. This happens to me. This happens to you all the time. Everybody, I don't care what the self-improvement YouTubers say. Okay, this happens to them all the time too. Because why? Because it's a trial and error. You don't know who messes with you. You don't know who likes you, right? That's why you have to actively go out and meet people. Because you might think, oh, well, if these people don't mess with me or don't like me, well, then Shay, I shouldn't go out and meet new people then. It's like, no, because you don't know if they mess with you or not. So you need to know. But once you know that, once you've been given signs, and trust me, it'll be very, very evident. You want to lie to yourself. This happens especially when dudes like a girl, okay? This happens especially when, because they're all up in their head about the lust. This happened to me before. This happened to you before. They're all up in their head about how they like this person. They romanticize, they fantasize, all these things, and then they're deluded and blinded by the fact that this person does not actually mess with them like that. And that's okay. It's not because they hate you. It's because they just don't genuinely like you, or aren't attracted to you, or don't like the actions that you might take, or things like that. That's just how it is. And something about that is incredibly freeing, right? Because you think about that, it's like, okay, I'm going to meet, let's just say 10 people, okay? I'm going to meet 10 people. Probably 9 out of those 10 people, bro, they won't care to mess with you. They don't really care to interact with you at like a deeper level, I mean, right? Half of them, it's like, okay, you can have surface level conversation, things like that. But the people that will be really, really good for you, right? Those are the people right there. It's probably going to be like 1 or 2 of them that you want to associate with because they choose you as well. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to choose everybody that chooses you, okay? Because naturally, and that's why I'm saying this has probably happened to you as well. You've been on the other side of this as well. There's someone that chose you and you didn't choose them. Not because you hated them. Sometimes maybe that might be the case if they really somehow got on your nerves, but I don't really think so. Usually I wouldn't say people are like that. They're just like, look, I don't mess with this person, therefore I will not associate with them. It is really just that simple. Don't overcomplicate things. And there is a certain level of peace to that. Because you realize, damn, even if I am the best possible version of myself, there'll still be people that do not associate with me or like me, and that is okay. All right? See how much better that makes it? Because I think we all like to go through this mental thought process of, oh, I'm not good enough just yet. I'm not good enough. And then if I get better here, maybe if I build more muscle, maybe if I start wearing better clothes, maybe if I smell better, maybe if I, the way I talk, if I change that, maybe like my income, if I make more money, maybe they'll like me, maybe they want to associate with me. It's like, no, some people just won't genuinely want to do that. And it'd be great they make it evident as soon as possible, right? Because it helps you and it helps them. It helps them suffer less, and it takes away confusion from you. Does that sort of make sense? I hope that makes sense. Now, there's the other argument or the other side of this as well. For the people that don't like certain fruits, right? Think about a fruit that you like now, right? I told you to think about a fruit and vegetable that you don't like. Now think about one that you do like, right? That's going to be what you're looking for. That's what you eat. That's what you like, just default. You just like the way it tastes, right? And now this is where it gets especially important. People might say, people might try to counter argument what I've said so far and be like, well, Shay, then there's no point in improving yourself. If they're just not going to like you, even when you improve yourself, there's no point. It's like, no, because the people that do choose you, the people that do like you, the people that do like those certain fruits and vegetables, right? They're going to go for the best quality ones. Let me tell you what, right? Let me tell you what. Listen to this very carefully. What happens, I know you might not be like a banana eater, okay? For those of you who don't like bananas, it's fine, but I think you'll understand what I'm talking about. For those of you who eat bananas, like myself, okay? When you go to the basket of bananas, which one do you pick? And do not tell me you pick the rotten one. You do not pick the rotten one, okay? Don't lie to me. You don't pick the rotten one. You pick the one that looks the best. You pick the one with the no dark spots, doesn't look rotten, doesn't have all that shit on it. Like, you know I'm right, okay? That's exactly what you do. So that's what I mean. That's where it matters to still improve yourself. Because unlike a banana, you can still improve yourself. Banana, well, its life is dependent upon the time, right? You can still control that. That's something you have control over. But again, what you don't have control over is these people that choose whether or not to associate with you. I hope that analogy helps out a little bit, helps you like see things, because again, I'm telling you, it's a big misunderstanding. People are like, if I improve myself, maybe it'll just be like that much better. It's like, no, you're just deluding yourself. My brother or my sister, I don't care who I'm talking to right now. This applies to everybody, right? It's unfortunate. I think the truth that hurts us all the most, right, is that you just wished, that you were the kind of person that they liked. That's what hurts you. Because then they'd get to see you for you, and oh, but like if they really got to know me, but it's like they just don't mess with you like that. And it sucks, but it is what it is. That's why you have to find the people that choose you. And again, that takes trial and error. So I'm not discouraging you to go out and meet new people. Okay? Now, of course, don't get yourself superficially involved with a bunch of people. That doesn't go anywhere. Try to get to know people, really. And there's no harm in that. There's genuinely no harm in that, right? You might think it's weird or nervous to go approach someone and talk to them about like what's up, what do they like, things like that. But I don't think that's weird at all. Okay. You go have that talks, interest, and see what's going on there. Is that like a potential? Is this someone that will help you out within the future, help you progress through your life, through your growth, right? That's because that's what we're here for in the self-improvement community, right? We're just trying to get better, and that's just how it is. So again, choose the people that choose you. And again, that highlights the importance of two things. I'll say it one more time because I know sometimes our brains, we're not paying attention, things like that. It's like, I'm not discouraging you from approaching people or talking to people, whether it's in class, whether it's at work, whether it's like anywhere it could be. I'm not discouraging that behavior. You do that. And then on top of that, I'm not discouraging you improving yourself. I mean, I wouldn't call myself like a really, really self-improvement channel. I'd like talk about more concepts, but like still general improvement, right? I wouldn't really be someone like that if I told you like not to do that, because you don't want to be the rotten banana. You want to be the great, spotless, almost subtly green, great yellow textured banana. You peel it, comes right off. And then people love the way you taste because they like bananas. But if they don't like bananas, they won't even care to look at you, bro. And that's okay because they like other fruits and vegetables. I hope that clears up a lot of things, and because I know we have the tendency to keep going after people, and it ruins our mental health, bro. We have the tendency to keep running after people that just don't want to associate with us, and sometimes these people will be malicious enough to use you for like, your attention and things like that, and never be upfront with you, which is why you need to know this stuff. They'll pretend like they want to taste the banana, they'll eye you. They're like, oh, okay, they might be interested, bro. Look. She's showing interest, or they're showing interest, or they like me. No. No. Get yourself out of that situation, my friend. Hope that helps you. Subscribe if you like the content, and drop a comment for anything I should talk about, and I'd be down to talk about it, to be honest. So yeah, let me know what y'all think. All right, peace. Take it easy.